guys, but
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits, where we are struggling valiantly against the limits of modern technology tonight. How you doing, Nick?
I'm treading water, mostly because I just gave the dogs a bath.
You are literally treading water. I'll take it.
Well, I was.
So, as you know, we've been streaming Devil May Cry 5 now for a solid 8 or 9 episodes.
2.5 years, yes.
Yeah, right. And during that whole time, like, it's almost run a little too smoothly. It's been like butter. We've never... Are you shitting me right now? CC Cleaner! Fuck you! We've never...
I'm sorry, that's funny.
This is the icing on the cake. We've never had problems with things in terms of, like, goddamn, like, screen resolution or multiple windows. But all of a sudden, my computer, one, decides that it wants to run an average of 20 degrees hotter than it has been, to the point here where I'm going to real quick feel behind my PC to make sure it's not blasting out raw heat. It seems okay. And the fans seem alright. But then also, like, every time I start up this game, it does this thing where, like, the other windows that I have on my second monitor balloon up to about 12 times their regular size, so making them pretty much useless. So, that's cool.
Gee, a lot can happen in the span of, like, what, a week since we last played this?
No, like 2 days.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was 2 days because we did that and Condemned this week. That's right.
Yeah, and in fact, we meant to do Condemned tonight originally and finish that up, but then you had some weird... There's something in the air or something. Maybe it's like a full moon. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, my wireless keyboard finally gave up the ghost in the machine.
You know, the fact that you got 10 years of life out of a wireless keyboard is still pretty impressive.
Well, what worries me is I'm getting 10 years of life plus out of the actual PC itself. I'm starting to think maybe I should upgrade that at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that was changed on it was the solid state drive a couple times and the graphics card. Everything else?
Yeah. So, you
throw
know,
a few more processors in.
I love my PC, and I love the games and, like, the streaming and all the cool stuff that we can do with the PC. But boy, like, today has really reminded me of, you know, why computers in general can be such a hassle. Like, something goes wrong. It doesn't just, like, you know, oh, restart and try again. No. It's like, you have to drop $800 to get me working again. Sometimes.
Well, you know, technology is wonderful, but even planes crash sometimes.
Yeah, and when they do, they kill Kobe Bryant. Oh, too soon?
No, that was a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not an airplane. Airplanes tend to kill many, many more people.
Great job with that dodge there, Chris. Yeah, they do. On average.
I'm glad for the confirmation there. I thought we were going to get into a real debate.
That, you know, that wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've ever debated on this show.
Yeah, that's entirely true, unfortunately, and I will not debate that.
So,
I had the supreme displeasure today of deciding that today was the day, after 4 years, that I start brushing Rex's teeth.
When you said brushing, I thought you were going to say your own teeth. Like, Nick, I seem to remember you being really finicky about your oral hygiene, actually.
Yes, 2 times a day my teeth get brushed without exception for the last 15 years. I had braces for almost 7 years.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
nice and nice with the braces.
But no, Rex had a couple spots out on his teeth and was like, oh, jeez. I don't want to have to do this, but...
Nick, please, you know I love to eat candy. I'm not going to stop.
Dogs even get, how do they even get bad teeth? All he eats is pizza crust and dog food.
That's that pizza crust. It's empty sugars.
All right, yeah, that's probably true.
Everything but the Dante sword is useless.
Even the motorcycle?
Oh yeah, especially the motorcycle. You see that thing chug? It's running hotter than my PC. Oh. That was definitely too soon. But yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. So like my cores, granted I'm currently not monitoring them because I blame the monitoring software for at least some of the problems that I've been having. But they were running at like during video editing like 80 to 90 degrees and Celsius, mind you.
Maybe we just got ourselves a solar flare going on.
Something.
A lunar flare, maybe, since it's night.
Whatever it is, it can stop. Really go ahead and stop if it wants. I know it does not want, but...
Boy, we just keep going down and down. What is this, Dante's Inferno?
Down on the merry-go-round. Flipping and flipping and flipping. Don't know the words of this song. But I know that the chorus goes, cock it and pull it.
This is a reference I do not get, but...
Oh,
hey, giant bats.
If you ever attended early 2000s homecoming or prom, then you probably heard that song and blocked it out harder than I did.
Maybe once. I don't know. That was not what I was focusing on during prom.
You and me
I
both,
was focusing on getting out of prom. Sorry. I realized that was open to interpretation. I had the distinct realization that I hated everybody that I was in the room with, and I wanted to be out of there as quick as I could, and yet somehow I still cared enough to try to politely excuse myself.
My, a friend of ours' older brother, hooked us up with some weed during my senior prom. And,
hey.
Yeah. It's okay. The statute of limitations is 15 years expired, so...
no, I think it's 7, actually. Oh, wait, yeah. You're
Either
right,
way, it's been 15 years. But anyways, and the only funny thing was, we got rid of the actual marijuana, but not all of the newspaper that we rolled it in. So we walked into prom, like, giggling our asses off with, like, a week's worth of the Crescent News just in our suit pockets. and somehow, like, we started panicking and thinking this is what's going to incriminate us. So we're, like, ditching this newspaper all across the hall that was rented for the prom. And it must have looked like, to the janitor later, like someone was either a serial killer or doing some kind of elaborate and weird, like, kidnapping prank.
I'm just picturing the scene from the Shawshank Redemption where he's tipping the dirt out from the hole he's digging into the wall, into the yard, you know, one shoeful at a time.
Right. Oh yeah, eat sword, bitch. But yeah, so we just have like random, like you've seen those like serial killer notes where they're like made of like different pieces of newspapers. That's what it looked like. We were dumping those into bathrooms and into the dining hall. Somewhere,
some groundskeeper was trying to fit the mystery together.
Yeah, right. He's probably still working on it. He's Did anyone go missing April of 2005? I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna find the killer. Little did he know, it's just a bunch of 17-year-olds trying to conceal their... Oh.
And then nobody died either.
Their joints.
Boy, I am in... Ah, never mind.
But yeah, like, it was just one of those weird things where we really thought, like, that the moment, like, those newspapers were, like, revealed in our coat pockets, like, everyone was going to know, and we were going to, like, destroy prom for everybody. So, like, we didn't dance. Like, there were 3 of us. We didn't dance. We didn't hang out with friends. We just were worried about these fucking shreds of newspapers.
Well, boy, maybe my prom was more productive by
yours was. Mind you, these weren't even ones that we had actively smoked from. They were just, what the hell? Did I just go down to some chump enemy?
This is the first time a no-name, like, salary man took you out.
See about
Salaryman demon. Well, thank goodness you got 6 orbs for
Oh, I see. He's a teleporter. He's meant to be annoying. Ugh. You can always tell when you're in the end game of an action game because, like, the common enemies start taking about 3 times as much damage and just getting really annoying to kill.
Speaking of which, did you ever play any of the GBA Castlevania games?
Oh, yes. So basically everything from Symphony of the Night till...
Whoops,
you know,
I meant Game Boy. Sorry.
yeah, no, but basically if it's Castlevania, like, I started with Symphony of the Night and didn't stop until Lords of Shadow 2, where I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
I see.
So, like,
Okay,
if there was a Castlevania game that was released within that time period, it's... Wow, hello. Okay. It's safe to bet...
no fall damage.
Yeah, it's safe to bet that I played it.
Well, I'm doing the Konami Anniversary Edition here, and I started playing the old Game Boy Castlevanias, and
I heard those were pretty hit and miss. That was a little bit before I got into the series.
Yeah. The first one was just awful.
The one with Christopher Beaumont?
Yes, I finished that after 3 grueling hours of essentially controlling a bowl in a china shop.
Now, that was the one that got, like, a really almost, like, criminally unknown remake and re-release on, like, WiiWare, right? Like, not even the Wii U, just the original Wii.
You might be right. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Like, I don't think you can download it anymore. Like, it's so
Well,
forgotten.
I would check, but my keyboard is dead, so...
So Nick's not looking up anything tonight.
Well,
Speaking of which, I gotta monitor the chat, even though we haven't had a chatter in, like, a month.
Anywho. Huh, well, I'm glad you mentioned that. At the very least, maybe I can pull that ROM from somewhere, but, yeah, so I finished the first one. Now I'm playing the second one, and it seems a little better. I got like 60 seconds of total play, but I was impressed that I had like a Mega Man aspect of it where it's like, choose the demon you want to fight.
Right. So, God, this guy's whole thing is, like, you don't actually fight him. He just fucking stands around until you get pissed off enough to activate the demon form, and...
Maybe that is the point.
Fucking get within 2 inches of him and he teleports to the other side of the arena. That's not a fight. That's just like... That's like Dissidia Final Fantasy expert mode, you know? Where you attack and all that you accomplish by your button press is making the enemy dodge.
Yes, when the attack button becomes the enemy dodge button. I love it.
What the hell? What kind of Jacob's Ladder shit is this?
I remember playing Dissidia, high-level play, and I think after about 5 minutes of trying to fight Kane and not landing a blow, I turned off my PSP.
Right, like, it's not like Kane was out matching you. You just couldn't hit him. Like, he wasn't hitting you, but, it was just a stalemate because...
Oh, gosh,
it couldn't be done.
Have you ever had... Speaking of that, have you ever had, like, a particular moment with the game that was noticeable for, like, the moment the fun died and you just stopped?
Yeah, I'm experiencing that right now. And I think it's more because of, like, how pissed off I am with my computer. Though these enemies are significantly less obnoxious than the ones I was just facing, so...
This is just pretty much a boss and enemy gauntlet at this point,
yeah, it is. We have arrived. I think this is just a wind-up for the final boss. If I had to guess.
Gotta burn down all those gold orbs.
Come here, you. And you. Eat it. Ooh, that had to hurt. Well, I got a halfway decent score on that fight, so we're somewhat recovering.
Yeah, an A. Not quite an S, but better than a D. Didn't even use the motorcycle.
I did there accidentally for a second. Okay. Yeah, the motorcycle and the hat are surprisingly disappointing weapons.
Oh well, better get to it.
I get the feeling they're meant to be there more for a hee-hee-ha-ha than anything else.
Right? Alright, okay, cool. Cool. We've got 55,000 orbs. What should we upgrade? Not the motorcycle. Not the hat. Oh, what else we got here?
Did we ever put any upgrades into the motorcycle? Because I had the feeling that, like, when we first got it, it was like, oh, this is good. And then it was not good.
Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be really cool, but then it wasn't. I think this is going to be a really useful one. It decreases the rate that my devil gauge decreases. And so, I guessing during the final fight, I'm going to want to be in devil form quite a bit.
If not constantly.
Overdrive. After executing a drive, press X immediately after to send a shockwave. What's drive? While on the ground, press left trigger and left stick back to forward plus. I'm not going to use that.
It's too late in the game for this.
It's too late in the game to be learning combos. Come on.
If I don't have it yet, I'm not going to get it now.
Damn right I'm not. I'm also not going to be buying any equipment because I have Gold Orbs, which is basically just here to help me win the game. Okay, all right. So this is good. Yes. What? 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 Nick.
Did you accidentally stumble into a buy a DLC thing?
I guess. You know,
this happens to me occasionally too.
Oh my god.
You should be able to alt tab your way out. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
No, man, no. I did not want to go. Whatever. Good God, I am over it tonight. This is exactly the content all three of our followers want to see. Just me getting progressively more angry and surly as the episode wears on.
I'm one of those viewers. Shut up, Rex.
I like when he gets angry. I want to see that big vein in his neck pop. There we go. I almost asked how you were doing, but you just spent the last 15 minutes telling me how you were doing.
And you didn't listen.
I didn't listen. Hey, Cerberus, did you accomplish anything productive today, or is it just all about your computer shitting out on you?
No. The home repairs and remodeling stuff, that worked out pretty nice.
That's cool. Remind me what you're working on now.
At this point, I'm trying to put in 10 trees to keep my asshole neighbor out of my line of sight.
Once again, I've got to quit mentally finishing your sentences before you do. I'm working on my asshole. My asshole neighbor, right.
Come on, little puppy. I'll take you for a walk. Come on. Let's go.
And now I'm just putting in my privacy hedge. So.
Oh, okay.
I also got the sunroom cleaned out, so now I just open the door and the dogs run outside on their own. It's quite helpful.
You know, I totally understand people who put value into a privacy hedge, but I figure, you know, if someone's making the effort to look, I'm going to give them a show. I'll make them regret looking.
Well, the thing is they're just too drunk most of the time, so.
Oh, drunken neighbors?
Yeah.
That can be a blessing.
They get
and a
drunk
curse.
and they get drunk and they play cornhole constantly.
I was going to say, on the one hand, you're never going to need cable because all the entertainment you could ever want is right in your backyard. But on the other hand, you know, constant.
No, it's not even like interesting drunken shenanigans. It's like watching a 90s sitcom episode over and over and over.
Nice.
But did Cerberus just get nuked?
He did something. Oh, for God's sake. So, oh my God. That reminded me of, you know, back when we used to hang out in your, caddy shack in Defiance College.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we used to mix cocktails themed around the games that we were playing that evening?
I do remember that.
Because we were that big of geeks.
Yeah, I do remember. Boy, life was simpler, wasn't it?
They were easier times, that's for damn sure.
That was back when Skyrim was just released.
Yeah, dude, we played some serious Skyrim, some Mass Effect. Oh god, he's gonna make me feel his thunder. Cool, so it's nice to know that that can be dodged.
Oh, okay, I see. We're doing like a fire, ice, and thunder thing.
Now we're doing
like the
just
Manticore
try to hit the
from
enemy.
Final Fantasy XIV.
What's he doing? What's he got in that bag? It's not a bag. It's his face. Okay, so Apparently that's what you do. Neat.
Okay, well now he's...
Neat. It's cool that you have that power and I don't. I wish I just had an attack that hit you no matter what.
Wait a sec, so we're in hell now?
Who the hell knows?
Well, Kerberos probably knows.
The game is quite enjoyable. I'm like, this is kind of a fun segment, but I don't feel like I'm adequately enjoying it.
I feel like you're almost supposed to be treating this like, what's the proper word? Like, this feels less hack and slash, more like, you know, follow the phases of the boss fight, like a Final Fantasy XIV boss.
Yeah, a little bit. Just stay out of his damage reticle.
Well, I mean, you know, like, there were certain things you had to dodge in certain ways.
The tail.
Got you with that.
Yeah, he did.
You know, 14 is going to go down as the weirdest game experience in my life. After
Really?
2,300 hours,
Holy
like,
shit.
one day I just stopped.
One day Nick decided that this wasn't going to be his career.
It wasn't even that. It was just like, all right.
Well, I've seen what there is to
I don't
see.
feel like playing today. And it was right after the Dragon expansion had come out too, strangely enough. And there was plenty to do.
Really? So you hadn't even seen all that there was to see?
Oh, I know. Okay. Well, one, Terraria had just had a major update, and
yeah.
Now that I start thinking about it,
Traded
what
one
was
addiction
it?
for another, huh?
Well, it was they like artificially inflated how much EXP you would need to get your class to level 60 from 50. And I had just spent the last 6 months leveling everything from leveling every class in the game from 1 to 50.
Oh, nice.
And then it was just like, well, now it's going to take 6 months just to get your paladin from 50 to 60. And I was like, okay, never mind, I'm done.
That's enough. All I
That's
ever
it.
did was my original Dragoon character. I never even bothered with another class. Which completely is not how you're meant to play that game, but...
I was a paladin main, but I became a pretty kick-ass Dragoon in the end.
You were a good paladin. You were a fine paladin.
The funny thing about being a paladin with that game was I never realized it, but like as soon as you decided you were going to do a daily roulette or a dungeon raid,
yeah,
like whenever you're a paladin, you're like instantly cued into it. I had no idea the pain of having to wait 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, dude, freaking Dragoons are a dime a dozen, but I like to think that I was at least a passable Dragoon.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
make
had
actively
some...
stupid decisions during boss fights. You know, I
seen
saved
some
the limit
bad
breaks.
Dragoons in my day.
Yeah, bad Dragoons, unfortunately, are the stereotype.
Yeah, oh god lord. If I had a nickel for every time a Dragoon decided he was going to pull aggro and pretend he was the tank.
Yeah, I know. He's like, okay, the paladin's moving a little too slow, guys. I got this. No, you don't. You got 2 hits, whereas the white mage can only take 1. That's the Dragoon aggro.
I'm sorry, I'm reminded of a story of yours from when we were playing 14.
Do tell, because I forgot most of
Oh
them.
my gosh.
I can't believe it's been almost 10 years.
I remember you telling me about like one of your bad daily roulette experiences, and you were like, you know, Nick, I knew I had a bad couple teammates when we started the dungeon, and this guy who quite clearly had to be new, one of the Dragoons ran off and said, okay, I'll take the big guy on the right.
Yep, I'll take the big guy on the right. No, you won't.
Oh god.
I want to feel your thunder. Damn it.
See, it's funny because only the paladin should be designating targets.
Yeah, right. I got the big guy on the right. No, you don't. Fucking goon. Meanwhile, I'm a dragon.
Later, you know, he's just on the ground dead.
I'm relatively certain that people who saw me play my Dragoon assumed that it was my second job class or like an alternate character, because I would constantly berate the other Dragoons in my team.
Yeah, but I think like when you had started, there was a bigger emphasis on speed running. So there was
Dragoons were really good for that, actually. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's why everyone was a dragoon for a while.
Right,
there,
because it was about doing the same like 2 or 3 raids over and over again, and just getting them done. God, what was that one? The Goblin Grotto or something like that.
Brayflax's long step.
Brayflax's long step. Yep, I must have run that about 2,000 times.
They did get away from that pretty quickly after I started, though.
And ironically, that's about when I stopped, because I just, you know, it was kind of just a slog to get the freaking Zenithian weapons, or whatever they were called.
Right. And then as soon as you got all of those, they released something else within 3 months, and yeah.
Not to date myself here, but yeah, I definitely stopped after even the first expansion was released. Actually, I think it was right around when Heaven's Word was released, because I meant to get back... Seriously, Cerberus? I meant to get back into it in like a month or 2, but, you know, a month turned into 7 years. Okay, so, apparently when you get within attacking distance, he can just swipe you away now. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's Dark Souls.
No, feel my dick. Hey, Cerberus. Knock, knock. Nick, you're Cerberus.
Oh, who's there?
Hugh.
You who?
Huge Johnson. Boom.
Oh, I heard you who, sorry. Okay, now he's dead. Why did we need to kill him? Was he guarding something, or... I feel like we might have been the aggressor here.
Yeah, me too, because he was like kind of safely chained up when we found him.
Yeah, he was just doing his job.
That was a well-timed joke, even if we didn't deliver it very well. Are you seriously trying to give me new weapons right now?
Nunchucks?
I'm not going to use these.
No? I thought he was going to throw them.
Wouldn't that be great if that's what Dante said? Like, instead of doing one of his cool things like he's doing now, he just looks at it, I'm not going to fucking use these.
Okay, well,
it's like
I mean,
a 3-in-1.
looks like it could be cool.
Yeah. But much like the motorcycle, I'm guessing it probably doesn't play exactly like it looks here in the opening cutscene.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, you start playing, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you suck.
Yeah, it's like less than useless.
Guess I'm the first one here. I like that.
Sure you do, Dante.
It's like, Metal Gear Solid 4. But this looks like a really fun game. Maybe I could play it at some point.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, I earned that D. Jesus.
Well, it could be worse. Well, no, actually, it couldn't be worse.
Sure, Marge, you were stylish.
Marge Incarnate? What?
And Mr. G. Both of you guys. I didn't actually see you play, but you were stylish. King Cerberus. Never gonna use it.
You're probably right.
Oh god. You know, again, I feel like I'm being harder on this game than I need to. The last episode because they made me play as V again. This episode, really because not even the game's fault, just everything else going on with my computer right now. And you know, what's hilarious, Nick, is after I deleted that program, right now, my computer is running really silently. So, I don't know. It's a crapshoot.
Huh, that's unnerving.
Yeah, like...
Calm before the storm.
I almost wonder if that software wasn't just designed to overheat my processor and sell me something else. You know?
Humanity in an endless pursuit of power.
Is his voice changing or is it just me?
He is Dante's older brother.
Oh, we're just talking about Virgil.
Hey! There we go. You were right. Uriah's.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
is him.
called that 4 episodes ago. Jesus, I was gonna say
yeah,
that.
well, confirmation.
The game seems to think it's much more clever than it is. Shockers! It's Virgil. No, not a shocker. I called that the very first episode when I saw that he had a katana. You know, they gave it away in the opening act to anyone who's played any other Devil May Cry game. Oh, this is a nice change of scenery.
Huh, so you've, like, reached
The
a pit
farmhouse.
of hell so low that it looks normal.
Yeah, right. This is the 7th circle of hell. rural America. What does this sign out in the yard read? Trump Pence 2020. Ah, figures. Is this what's his name? The king with no name who totally has a name?
Yeah, Erzin or whatever.
Verizon. But somehow Dante seems to know that he's actually Virgil.
Damn fruit you've been jabbering about? Doesn't look so special.
Well, he
to
heard
me.
the cutscene.
He heard the previous cutscene, yeah.
Yep. This is where it all started.
This is where our mom and dad had some
The day
sex.
mother saved me and left you behind.
Oh, Dante was the favorite. Well, at least I learned something new now.
You don't know it.
That's the plot line to
She tried save
Spectre all over
She
again.
kept searching and searching.
But you were jacking off in the barn.
I have no recollection of this tale or this place. It's all an illusion created by this
Wait, the whole point of all this was the fruit?
I guess.
extraordinary
By this extraordinary fruit. Hey, hey! No, not you. Oh, that was in poor taste.
Well,
Oh, shit.
why did he have to attack Britain in order to get the fruit?
I don't know. Let's see where this is going. I had a gym teacher who used to call me a fruit, and one
You
day
can't
the
say that anymore.
No, well, not only can you not say that anymore, but like, you know, I was a nerdy kid. I just kind of took it and like kept my head down. But one day the principal walked by and he called the guy out, and he's like, just play some dodgeball for a little bit. He came back in and was like overly nice to me because he thought he was gonna lose his job. Oh, it was funny. Oh shit. Oh, hey, Nightmare from Soul Calibur.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
All right, which one of these eyes do I have to hit?
All of them.
He's gonna pull some shit, isn't he? Sword! I'm just gonna punt you around the battlefield. Oh, hello. Chris, you know, the way dodge rolls work... Alright, let's go back to Trickster, because, not getting it otherwise.
So we're at the obligatory parts of the game where the main villain gets exactly what he wanted the entire time and is unstoppable.
Only to
Right
learn
before
that, what he lusted for was, the power that will kill him. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to win or lose this fight, so I'm still trying, but I seem to be taking a lot of damage. This might be the fight that you and I were...
damaging him, so...
This might be the fight we were talking about where we use all of our Gold Orbs.
Ooh, that'd be unpleasant, as I'm sure there's a second form.
Huh?
Maybe you gotta use your Cerberus stick.
No. I'll be damned if I'm using the Cerberus stick. It's playing some pretty epic music. Maybe if I just keep shooting him.
Well, kill him with 1,000 bug bites.
Yeah. And it's working. Slowly whittling away at him. No! How did this happen?
Oh, do you end up using the devil trigger?
Here we go.
So I get the feeling that's what they want you to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Send a Satan to kill a Satan.
You brought a
Oh, yeah, that's Satan.
Satan to a Satan fight. Oh, okay. I actually am hurting him.
Yeah, okay, alright. So it turns out not only was he not unbeatable, but he was totally beatable. Well, that was verbal diarrhea. Not-
He was more beatable than my grandpa used to beat my grandpa. Oh.
Funny story, but never mind.
It's not so much a funny story as it is a deeply sad story. So,
Oh,
am I allowed to enter into the blue circle here, or what are we doing?
Yeah.
Brrr. Monster noises. Oh, get out of there. Fucking
Boy, you're just all over the place here.
trying to be. So for this fight, you really can't use anything but Trickster, because, oh shit. Wow. Good thing he's a really bad shot. Oh, come here, you.
Okay, and now he looks like he's getting serious.
It's okay. We've got the power of 36 Gold Orbs on our side.
I was gonna say good because you took all those hits to the face.
The way I
Somewhere
see it,
out
as long
there-
as we can just do more damage to him before we have to use the Gold Orb, we're in good shape. My goal isn't even to win, it's just to like do as much damage as humanly possible before I have to use a Gold Orb.
I'm sure someone out there has a S rank on this fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
All
That
right,
kid
well,
lives in
gold orb
South
number
Korea.
1.
Oh, 33 Gold Orbs, I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it just be hilarious if gold orbs were disabled for this fight?
Oh my god. I'd lose it.
I can't see that happening.
It's okay, we've double triggered. So the king with no name actually had 2 names.
He had a hyperabundance of names for being no name.
I am the nameless king. You can call me Virgil, or Sam, or Leroy. Alright, so just stay in the air, basically. Ooh! Until he punches you in the fucking face.
That should have ended him right there.
You'd think. I mean, this guy's only like 12 feet tall. Jesus.
Right.
This is Sparta. No, 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 no. This is Sparta. Dante's sword's name is Sparta.
Is it?
Well, it was. Now it's called Dante because subtlety.
Marketing. Well, you're up to a B.
Back down to a D.
Boy, he is just breakdancing all over your ass, isn't he?
Really is.
This is adorable.
2 can play at that game. Why can't I double trigger? Oh, because I don't have the means. I thought that red gauge with my double trigger, I was wrong. I was brutally, brutally wrong.
The only thing to do now is to pull out the hands and the hat and challenge into a dance-off.
No.
Okay, you got him. He's almost down.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Ooh, yeah. It was...
I mean, it would be the end if I didn't have 32 more Gold Orbs.
And if you run out of those, I'm sure you can slip them an extra $5 to buy a 100
Right?
pack.
Hey, everybody, like, comment, subscribe. There he goes. Right in the fucking knee.
Well, there's his first form down, right?
Something like that.
Justice through. A man must fight for it.
You know,
The one who stands before him is his kin.
as much as I love these games and you know, stories like them, how many times does the unkillable demon killer have to kill a demon before the demon stop trying to kill him? Like, maybe just let Dante be. Like, it never works out.
Just like instead of trying to kill him, come up with an elaborate banking scheme to own him.
Right.
But yet,
And then he kills for you.
right, see? Turn every weakness into a strength.
That's right. Hey, good time to show up, guys. Now you're right, Nick. This is either where he's going to transform into his second or third form, or the true final boss is going to reveal himself.
So he was behind all this. Your own flesh and blood. Right?
He was adopted.
It was me, Patrick Stewart, all along.
In the last throes of
V just walks up and pees on him. Ah. So my guess is here they're probably going to transform back into like the real Virgil.
no, please.
Then either he's
Why
going to
did
join me or I'm
Virgil
going to have
need
to fight him.
Why did Virgil have to do all this again?
Well, he separated himself from V for reasons? I don't know. To
We
become
were
like
never
more
given a
powerful
reason, were we?
So I guess so in usual Japanese fashion, I think he probably felt like his human side was holding him back, and if he could just become like a pure demon, he would be all powerful. Turned out he was wrong. Also,
you
the apple
sure?
was kind of a straw hat, you know. There's nothing
So
really-
basically, Inuyasha. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, sure.
And you've already lost.
Which I just read today that I think Inuyasha is getting a reboot, like everything else,
Really?
because nothing can be new anymore.
I need power. More power.
Give me power.
I know. I'm the same, you and I. But you've lost me. And I've lost you.
So wait, is V gonna dick me over?
Feels like it.
Why are we watching this happen? Someone want to shoot him?
Feeling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? Like one bullet.
Is mixed with mine. And our roots. Together join.
I don't want to hear your poetry. Wait, what are you Marv, what are you doing? Marv! Oh, for God's sake, now he thinks to stop him? Why did they let him do all that? You know, like, V, why don't you say what you have to say from a distance?
So Virgil split himself up
Yep, there's Virgil.
to rejoin himself to somehow be net stronger.
I don't fucking know anymore. Just Devil May Cry stories have always just been a
He did
vehicle
it for
for
this
the action.
particular scene. Okay,
Right.
I see.
You know, I've played Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I couldn't tell you the plot to any single one of them. I don't know why I thought this would be any different, but hey, there's Virgil. Not the
Everyone's
most
got white
attractive
hair.
of the Dante brothers. His eyes are a little close together. You get that feeling?
But the older, therefore making him the more evil of the two.
Yeah, I guess. That was an A? I mean, yeah, that was an A.
Huh. You could have fooled me.
Like, you only used 2 gold orbs.
So I get the feeling this is the end.
Yeah, we're within the last 3 missions here. I don't care what day it is.
Why does this matter? I feel like it's going to lead to a big reveal.
God, Virgil is not a handsome fella.
You got some pretty big
Who wrote
guns.
these crappy poems?
Right?
Just don't know
I mean, Dante gets to look like Tony Hawk. Virgil looks like, well, Down syndrome Tony Hawk. I'm sorry. Take your scabbard back. I mean, I've beaten him so many times.
Get out of my way, Nero!
Wait,
gonna-
was he in his way?
Do the same thing I keep doing. Oh, by the way, he's kind of a Sephiroth ripoff.
Has no meaning.
Ah, okay.
Come on, Virgil. Let's do this. Heal your wounds, Dante. Get strong. After that,
Shave your eyebrows like I do mine. Look at his fucking face. I'm sorry. Hey, you shouldn't judge people by their appearances, but he's a goofy looking motherfucker.
Just a rung or two above those walking sentient meatballs from Resident Evil 3.
Right? That's why he's pissed. Dante
He's
got the
not
looks.
hideous, but he's not Gorlak hideous.
Yeah, no. Ladies aren't exactly lining up for Virgil like they do Dante.
that's your brother. What happened to
If that's your brother, why the fuck's he look like that?
himself?
The fucking ugly twin. That's what this is all about.
I lost my right
Oh,
arm because of that. This
gosh.
is not your fault.
Again, it's just the
I
plot
just
line
love
to
him, and that's all
Spectre.
that matters. I'm not gonna let you have all the fun, Dante. You don't get it. Let me guess. I'm dead weight? Well, you can show
not
it.
it, Nero.
What is it then?
He's your father!
Oh! Didn't actually see that coming, but I guess
Oh.
it sort of explains why Nero just looks like Dante.
Well, if it's not announced on Mori, then I don't believe it.
He clearly got his mother's looks.
And then I saw how the Yamato reacted. And I was certain. He's your father.
I also want to be like your fun uncle, not your weird uncle, okay? So I'm going to go kill your dad, and you and I are going to go get some beer. You're only 20, right? It's cool if I buy you beer, right?
I feel like this is what happens after like 15 years of a series, making up these bloodlines overly complicated as
Right.
they are.
You know, I kind of right now that I know this, I kind of have to ask the Emperor Palpatine question: who did he fuck to get a baby? I mean,
It was a clone,
right?
clearly.
Who the hell's sleeping with Palpatine? I mean, Virgil. What are we looking at here?
The tumbleweed of doom above the earth.
Tumbleweed of Doom. That's right.
That day, if our positions were switched,
I probably could have pulled out in time and not have had a son. Giggity.
would I have your life?
Come on, Nick. You're not above a good filthy joke. God.
Oh,
he's
hey,
a-
wait a sec. This is the exact same argument from Final Fantasy IX with Kuja and Zidane.
Who the hell knows?
Let's settle
You know,
this.
like Kuja could have,
Dante.
Zidane could have just easily have been the evil one if he was born first.
Yeah, but Virgil just. He looks like he's running for the Republican seat in West Virginia or something. I mean, God.
This isn't good. We're gonna get dragged into this.
A little late for that.
Dante, what happened?
Iron Man?
I left Nero to die. My dumbass brother's back. I love it.
Dante, ready for lady, it should pay you.
Okay, now this I'm gonna use.
Hey, you can't just.
Okay, we'll take care of that later. Right now, you three get the hell out of here.
She gave
Okay,
him Lady's
now.
bazooka.
Now you women go wait in the car. The men will take care of this.
If you guys want to les out a little and practice for me, that's cool too.
Where the hell is that Winnebago going? That must have some extreme off-road capacity.
Winnebango.
Yes, very good, Quagmire.
Was
So what does the
Quagmire or
rocket
was that
launcher
Dale?
do?
What's that?
So what does the rocket launcher do?
It launches rockets.
That seems fairly straightforward. Does
High
it have its own
explosive.
upgrade path?
Be learning that. Well, all right. Well, finally, we're not going to be using the shotgun as our main ranged weapon. Well, actually, what does the shotgun still have? I never learned anything with the ebony and ivory. Whoops.
Don't you want to upgrade your Cerberus rod?
I really don't. I'm just going to stick with the one weapon that I'm actually functional with. God
Just
damn it.
max out your rocket launcher. That's what I say.
Oh, cool. Yeah, what the hell? Looks like I can keep learning stuff for the Dante sword. That works. I've maxed out Trickster, which is good. Okay, I think we're in good shape for right now. Alright, let's see the beginning of this mission, and then I think we'll call it an episode.
I at least got to see what the rocket launcher does.
I don't think it's gonna hold any deep surprises, Nick.
What
Oh, wait.
delivers what it? Did you charge your rocket launcher?
Yeah, your rocket launcher doesn't do that?
I mean, that's not what my dad said about the military.
Your dad was a rocketman?
He, well, he was in the Air Force and flew a bomber, but he didn't
Oh,
have
there
to
you go.
charge the bombs before they dropped them.
Rocket man burning out his fuse out here alone. So I actually
So where
straight up
are we?
called what was going to happen. Go on.
You did, didn't you?
Was this your plan?
Like that he would just turn into Virgil and somehow that would be more powerful than the Demon King. That's
That
the
would,
real fight.
That would extend the story another few chapters.
Yeah, right.
Guys, the game feels a little bit on the short side. What should we do?
Let's pad this shit out. Oh, look,
And
it's
now we gotta-
V's companions.
I thought you went back into Virgil. You're gonna wish you did.
We miss V.
Sky Dante. We were spawned from Virgil's abominable thoughts.
Abominable thoughts. That's why you all have faces shaped like penises.
Oh god. I knew it was coming.
The discarded thoughts from when he was Nero and
That explains the poetry too.
we're here now to kill you of our own free will.
That's a great line. We're here to kill you of our own free will. Let's fucking do it.
Kill you we shall, Dante. Us, not Virgil.
You guys are literally the cannon fodder standing between me and the final boss.
Yeah, but now you gotta fight all three at the same time.
That's okay.
No, you're killing all of your friends that you made on this journey.
Fucking shoots a rocket at him. Okay, we surrender.
You're really beating the hell out of Iago there, aren't you?
Iago knows what he did. Oof. Hello.
So wait, are we, like, in a tower now?
We're at the Tumbleweed of Doom.
Okay, alright, I got you. How did we get there? Oh, we drove the Winnebago, that's right.
Winnebango. That was awesome. What a fucking bird. Time out.
God bless that bird.
Can't wait for the rematch.
That was actually really funny. I enjoyed that very much. Oh, there was even some free health up here in case you somehow needed it.
Well, I guess you were just being such a badass, you didn't even need it.
No.
Those giant floating chiclets.
The fuck are you? You're some kind of common asshole? You mean to tell me they're still throwing you guys at me?
Yes, he just gets nuked.
Dante's done giving a shit. Literally gone. Oh man. And you thought the hat was gonna be the best ranged weapon.
No, I guess I was wrong.
I love how the enemies react to this too. Like they kind of saunter towards you and they're like, oh god, what's he got in his hand? What is that?
This takes me back to using the Nikita rocket launcher with Snake.
Oh yeah. God, you remember when Metal Gear had some like really fun boss fights? The fucking
Yeah.
Hind D. That was one of the greatest boss fights in video game history.
Well, I mean, basically, that game was just, you know, a slightly more sci-fi version of Die Hard anyways. But yes,
Yeah.
the Hind D was delightful.
Well, yeah, and it was also still grounded enough in reality that it was kind of like a big deal for Snake to knock a helicopter out of the sky.
Right. And that's what I enjoyed most about it, is that it was grounded and there were rules, except for the Octopus Man, but seeing as how we never had to see that, I guess it never really registered.
Before he was like back flipping off rockets and shit.
And then, yeah, yes.
Is that still even canon? Is that game canon? Or do they consider like the PlayStation version still the actual original?
I would assume not.
Fuck, my shield! It's not working against his rocket launcher. Dante.
They said it would stand up to anything.
They said it was a Captain America shield. Damn you, Hot Topic. But I can charge my sword too. Check this out.
You can charge everything, huh?
All you have to do is believe in yourself and hold down the attack button long enough.
Just still love the charging rocket launcher. This is some sort of blood elevator.
Blood elevator. No, we've been through these before. They're the devil's what do we call it? Sphincter?
Capillaries of doom.
Capillary. It's not what it looks like to me, but here goes
Yeah, it's
Dante.
a blood elevator.
So Virgil is Nero's father, just when I thought like the story wasn't actually going to surprise me in any way.
Yeah, this is getting a little too Games of Thronesy for me.
Yeah, right? And by he's your father, I mean at one point he had sex with your mother, but she got around, so we couldn't be sure.
I'd still get a paternity test, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would make him pee on a stick of some kind if I were you. Nick, next
that
time
how
on
it
Play
works?
the
I don't
Hits, we
know.
may actually finish this fight. Or at the
Yeah.
very least, we'll find out who Dante's father is. We already know who Dante's father is.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah,
Knuckles.
sorry.
You shut the fuck up. No one can prove that. All right, Nick, any last words for the evening?
I can't top that. I really can't.
In that case, we will see you next time.